Hello, I'm Paul Pluter and welcome to the Paul Pluter channel. And I'd like to thank you, loyal fans, for watching the Paul Pluter channel. And I think it might be a good idea if I change seats. This is a nice backdrop, but let's be honest there, fuckers. You all want the fridge, don't you? You want the fridge. So, here we go. Archie's back with the fridge, fuckers. The fridge. Archie's way of reaching out to customers. Now let's just put a light on as well. We'll get the lighting right. And just move that light, Arch. It's just a little bit on the... Okay, how's that look? That looks pretty good, Arch. Okay, this is the Paul Pluter channel. You're with Paul Pluter, your host. And do you like my new Woo Dog sticker? Okay, this is paid watch reviews, and this is from Archie. It's Chucks from Ireland. Here, have another £30. Thank you so much, Chucks, for having the balls to say it as it is and review my shitters. But can I have your opinion now on the story that Omega Quartz movements are fucked? And in years to come, you won't be able to get them serviced because they're being phased out. I have a choice between a quartz and an automatic Seamaster and don't want the quartz because the story is that they'll be unserviceable in years to come. Give it your best, Chucks. Well, Chucks, thank you for coming to me for the answer. And this has been an ongoing problem. It's been an ongoing problem for a number of years. And what's basically happens is that a lot of wristwatches use the quartz movement. This was when it was very trendy to be quartz. And fashion is fickle. It's changed. Now everyone wants mechanical, manual wind, or automatic. And it's becoming a big issue. What happens to these quartz pieces? And I gotta tell you, you're right, Chuck. It's going to be a real bitch fight. And Omega themselves, they're starting to distance themselves from their quartz pieces, which is really, I think, fucking annoying. Okay, it is very annoying because Omega churned out so many quartz, and to have a quartz solution, would it really be that hard? They're lazy cunters. That's what they are. They're lazy cunters. And I'm pretty disappointed, to be honest with you, with the Swatch Group's response on quartz because, let's be honest there, they use modules. Omega's a hugely popular brand. Surely they could have a solution to work with their older watches. And I think they're just being lazy fuckers. They're trying to push the brand to a premium end, which is the mechanical wristwatches. And they're being typical cunts in the Swiss style of things to come. So what's my view on it? Very, very realistic problem you're talking about there. In fact, you know, when you think of quartz, how long do quartz watches last? And the answer is, you know, 20, 30 years, I think the answer is. And there's a lot of vintage Patek quartz pieces. Vacheron had quartz. Audemars Piguet had quartz. They all had quartz. So for them to walk away from it, abandon the user, I think is pretty fucking poor form. But that's not to say that's not what they'll do. Rolex has done the same. They've said on their vintage watches, parts are no longer available. They don't support the collectible vintage market, which I think is fucking stupid. Patek has always said we service everything, we can always service it, but at a price. They're not going to do it for free. They're not a charity. They don't have Benevolent Society embossed on their doors, do they? No, they'll give you a third and fourth arsehole for some of these parts. But what's my view on it? See, I honestly do think you are getting to a stage where Omega could provide a quartz solution very easily, but they want to be cunters. They really want to be cunters with it. And what's my opinion? Quartz was sold as being, you know, it lasted forever. There's no moving parts. It's electronic. Nothing wears out. But that ain't so true because there's corrosion. There's humidity plays with it, a bit of water goes in, and it's fucked. So quartz, you know, it was, when it was sold as new, it was super accurate. It didn't need much attention to detail. It was attention to service and that there, but that turned out not to be so true. So my advice is, what's my advice on quartz? I think, to be honest with you, these watch companies, they could easily offer a quartz replacement module service. They're being cunts, okay? They're just being fucking cunts. Patek still uses quartz in many lady watches, like the 24. It has a quartz movement in many pieces. I don't like quartz. No, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But this is how they're trying to push the brand more up market, by not supplying a service solution for these pieces. And it's true. It's true. They're just greedy fuckers. That's all they are, is greedy fuckers who don't want to provide a solution. They'd rather you bought a new watch. And they don't make any money out of the secondary resale market, so they're quick to do anything to fuck you over. So what's my view? My view is, yeah, quartz is becoming more and more, it's less collectible. I mean, I'll give you an example. I had an Audemars Piguet, which was a Royal Oak quartz, 33 mil, two-tone, steel and gold. And it had a quartz movement, and I had a problem with the stem, and I got that fixed, but fuck, that piece there, when it needs a service, where do you get that module from? There's only so much a watchmaker can do before he needs a replacement module. That's only available from AP. Okay, you can put an ETA in there, but if that's not an original AP movement, then it's bastardized, and no one wants it to touch it with a barge pole. So the Swiss are just fucking awful shitters. That's what they are. The Swiss are just awful about it. And Omega's done many nasty things. Their Swatch group itself, they're limiting supply of ETA movements to the trade. That's why so many makers are going to the Japanese type movements, because Swatch is trying to stamp out ETA supply. The Swiss can be really fucking nasty. They are nasty. And they're greedy and nasty. So my view is, myself, they're quartz watches. Unless you really do want a quartz, I'd tend to stay back. But the funny thing is, Omega themselves, they're still producing ladies constellations with quartz movements. Oh no, that's not a problem. They want to fuck over the men's watch. They're just cunts. That's all it is. They're just being fucking awful. So in my opinion, I tend to stay away from quartz anyhow, unless it's really cheap. And if something goes wrong, pay for play. I know many a dealer who's been burnt on the Rolex Oyster Quartz. That was Rolex's quartz. They had a date just, and they had a day date. And when something goes wrong with them, they're a very, very nice piece, very good quality quartz watch. You're really fucked over. You got to send it into Rolex. They will fuck you over big time. So I tend to say, stay away from quartz. They're trouble. And buying a secondhand AP or a Vacheron with a quartz movement, fuck, they can be really expensive trouble. You think it's inexpensive luxury, it's expensive poverty. So I would tend to say, be careful. Be very, very careful with that sort of shit, because it'll bite you in the ass, it'll bite hard, and you're fucked. But it's really bastardry from the Swiss. That's who to blame. It's not a matter of them running out of parts. They could easily have a module solution for the majority of their watches. But no, they'd rather fuck you over. Typical Swiss. So that's my opinion on it. And personally, stay away from quartz unless it's really, really cheap. If it's really, really cheap, you can sort of, you can do the cost analysis in your head. But they're always hard to sell. No one fucking wants them in the collectible market. And exactly right, they're tightening supply. And even if they had supply, could you imagine what these fuckers would charge you to get these parts? They'd charge you a fucking fortune. So my advice, Stay clear from quartz. I'm Paul Pluter for the Paul Pluter channel. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.